Peter Eliades with you once again. We're doing daily projections. We started this project just a couple of days ago. It hasn't been advertised and has not been promoted. We're very, very excited because we've had some new projection software developed for us by the very talented Stefan Sherman from Switzerland. And we've been working together with Stefan to get some projection software that would be useful to the public. What I'm doing now is showing you kind of an unfinished product of this projection software to give you an idea how it works and to give you an idea how price projections themselves work. This is something we've been showing for a couple of days now. This projection was actually given almost 2 weeks ago when this black line, which is the close on the S&P cash, moved above both these projection lines, the blue and the red. And that was confirming an upside projection to this window right here, which called for a minimum upside of 29.4127. Up to as high as 29.80.25. Today, the S&P close of 29.54.18 brought it right smack dab in the middle of the projection window. Show you very quickly the corresponding projection on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. See if that projection was met today, and I know ahead of time that it was, but just to show you visually, there you go. This again was given almost 2 weeks ago. Right up in here, we got a projection with high percentage probability that we would get into this projection window. On the Dow Jones, it called for 26,582 and change to 26,804 and change. Today's closing price of 26,753 came well inside the projection window. So that's the closing price projections for the Dow and the S&P. Let's show you the intraday projections, which are again quite interesting too. On an intraday basis, this is a lot more interesting because it just barely snuck inside the projection window. Let's take a look at the projection numbers. A minimum upside of 29.5634 to as high as 3004.17. Today's intraday high on the Dow was, on the S&P was 2958.06, just above this minimum upside projection. So what this means now is that two projections have been met quite quickly in the last 2 days, a nominal 20-day upside projection and a nominal 5-week upside projection. Those are the ones I'm showing you now. That suggests the possibility, because a couple of projections have been met, that we could have some kind of pullback attempt from here. Before we go off, though, I want to show you, as I showed yesterday and perhaps the day before, that we do indeed still have significantly higher projections. Let's take a look at the next longer projection offset. This is on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. This calls for a Dow up to 27,421 and change to 27,467 and change, and the equivalent projection on the S&P 500 would call for closes in the projected area of 3,042 and change to 3,045 and change. In other words, this is where we are right now, the tip of this blue line. A significantly higher projections have been given. Can they be invalidated and negated? Yes, of course they can be, but you would have to move back below this blue and red line until you either meet the projection or invalidate the projection by falling below these lines. The projection remains in effect, and that's where we stand as of Thursday, June 20th. Again, we say there's a possibility of pullback attempts from here because some shorter term projections have been met. We will keep you posted.